Hello, everyone. This is Sam Philosopher with another edition of Politics 101. And today it's a special edition of Politics 101 because today we're gonna talk about, um, today, today I'm gonna go ahead and lay out my endorsement. I've watched the candidates, I've, I've heard the issues, and I I'm very come to the point where I'm comfortable um knowing who I think is best to be the Republican nominee and eventually be president. And here's my criteria. For those of you have not seen, I in an earlier video I put the criteria of how to choose a candidate, but I'm gonna repeat my criteria. My criteria. The criteria I use is basically um, a, a past, present, and future um, approach. Mm, In the past, uh, I look at the candidate's record because that's the only way. That, that's the only true objective. That's an objective way to evaluate a candidate based on his track record, based on the votes he has given, based on the accomplishments he has done. Um, so you have to look uh, what has the what has he had done in the past, what has been positions, and what are his accomplishments. The present, and these are more of subjective criteria because you um you're judging a candidate on the issues that the candidate is saying now in the present. So you want to make sure that the candidate is addressing the issues that is important to you. And if the candidate addresses those issues and it is consistently lining up with those issues that that you want, then that's a very big thing to consider on where he stands in the issues and whether they align with your views. Um, the third is the future. Is does the candidate has a vision for the future? Because ultimately, ev- in every not just in government, but in every area where a business or government or religious um or religious sector, the leader has to have a vision for the future so he can rally his followers to that goal, to that vision. So those three criteria I use. Now, based on that criteria, my mm, the candidate I chose to be the 2016 Republican nominee is Senator Marco Rubio. And the reason I give as follows. Using the criteria I just pointed out, um, the track record that Senator Marco Rubio has 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 shown has been a very good, consistent, conservative track record. Now, there has been issue that some some have taken issue with his position on the Gang of Eight, and which led um, the the immigration reform debate. Um, and introduce a bill that would uh, po- possibly grant amnesty. Now, for the sake of argument, let's say I won't argue about the merit of of the bill or about if he did a mistake or not. Oh, let's just say, for the sake of that he may have been misguided. Uh, that alone doesn't discount him to be president. You have to take his entire record, not just on the issue of immigration, his entire record in consideration. And if if you look in, if you go to the Heritage website, and if you go to the Heritage um, action action scorecard, you will see um, that the Heritage um, um, scores um, of public officials on the on the votes and the legislation they have introduced. Um, the average on the average on Heritage scorecard is 63, meaning most of them has that average. 63% of senators, uh, the average senator, 50% consistently conservative positions. No, no. Senator Marco Rubio has a whopping 93%. If you ask me, that is really, really impressive. And it just shows you that despite the rhetoric that Marco Rubio has demonstrated to be a conservative consistently, and whether on fiscal issues, on it, on the economic, on social issues, on various issues that Senator Marco Rubio has consistently voted for conservative principles. Now, the third criteria is about the future, and to me, this is the um, strongest position on Marco Rubio because he has laid out a vision for the future. His slogan is um, "Make the 21st century the American century," meaning America has to take steps to transform our current economy so we can be the economic leader once again, uh, as we were in the last century, 20th century, when we took advantage of the Industrial Revolution and let the um, industry leaders lead. We let innovation in ideas, in manufacturing, in retail, and other areas. We let um, um, we we unleashed the entrepreneurial spirit of America, and once again the economy is changing with the advent of globalization and changing technology. The um um the decision making is is more on individuals, not on uh, company boards or company presidents, but individuals themselves. Entrepreneurs are competing with big companies, and and the greatest example is the sharing economy, like Uber, where people share their transportation with other people and create income for themselves, and Airbnb, where people share their homes as um, uh, like a like a hotel, like hospitality, and is competing with the hospitality industry. So many ideas are changing. Um, many technologies are changing the economy, and Marco Rubio um, knows and acknowledge that, and that's why he wants to take advantage of all these changes and create policy that will um, let the economic sector um, um, evolve with those changes, be able to let the economic sector thrive in this changing environment. So those are my three criteria, and I hope um, you um, you got you got the big picture and the reasons why I support Marco Rubio. All right, God bless you.